Okay, fourth graders, today we're going to start building our drawing into a cubist cardboard sculpture. This is an example of one that I did last year. It's obviously already finished and painted, but it is completely put together using cardboard shapes and glue, and then I painted it when we are finished. So this is where we're at today. When you have completed your drawing that you like, this is what we are going to try to build. This is the drawing that I want to use to help me with my shapes. So I need this right next to me. And you're going to have a cardboard square that you want to use for your head. I put a bunch of shapes at your table. Sorry about that. And you're going to see what kind of shape fits best. They're all just rectangular square. You need to figure out how to cut the corners so that it actually looks like the shape of a head. For me, my jawline goes down and then it goes straight across. That's what mine looks like. You need to use a ruler. So I'm going to chisel out my jawline, kind of like this. And then if you bring this up to me, I will just chop up those two lines on the cutting board and you can go right back to getting to work. So I already did that and it looks kind of like that. Way easier than you just cutting that out on yourselves. So this is the shape of my head. I'm going to start with the eyes first and you're going to use cardboard scraps. Remember, everything is cut out in lines, sharp lines and shapes. So you can either draw it out first or you can just cut. It really kind of depends on what works best for you. So this might be my first shape. I kind of just like to free cut, but if you want to draw it out first, go right ahead. And that's the first shape for the eye. But now I need to actually put in the pupil. Obviously, that's much smaller. Right like that. And then another pupil on this side. When you like it, and it's the way it needs to be, you're going to glue it down. You only need a drop of glue. Cardboard sticks very easily, and then just press it down. I would glue along the way because the worst is when you have all your shapes cut out and I ring the bell and I say it's time to go and you have nothing glued down. Then you're kind of out of time and you don't know what to do with all of your pieces. So now that I have my eyes on, notice I did it in 2 layers. I could even go a 3rd layer and put a pupil on that if I want. I can either do the eyebrows or the nose next. I think I want to do the nose next. And because it's connected to the eyebrows, I'm going to start with this shape first. And then I'm going to build onto the nose. So I have to figure out what will work best by just cutting. Sometimes it's a little bit of guessing, and that's okay. You just got to do what works for you. And I really think that that's what I want to do for my nose. It's not exactly the same as my drawing, but that's okay. Just like that. Put it exactly where you want. And if you notice, I have some glue that's kind of puddled up. That's going to dry clear. So please just ignore that and let that be. The next time you get your piece, you won't see it. But if you fuss with it and start wiping it, then you might ruin it. So the next thing I have to do is my lips. I'm doing this in 2, the bottom lip and the top lip. So I'm using my scissors again, and I'm kind of guessing right now. I do like that, so I'm going to glue this down, press it down, glue this down, press it down, and I want to bring them together like that. Now, the next thing I need to do are her eyebrows. So I actually already have a piece like this that I could use for the eyebrow. I think I'm going to put it on that side. And I want another eyebrow. And I want that one connected to the actual nose. So I'm just going to put a little glue there and a little glue there. From here, if you want to use pieces or shapes to put on the face, go right ahead. I have these lines here that I probably am going to do. So even though they're skinny, I can still make them out of cardboard. So I think I'm going to put one like that. She has that sad look about her, which is why I chose her. I kind of liked the way that looked. And I'm going to put that one down there too. Again, you do what works for you and what you want yours to look like. Now, I would say the hardest part is the ears, because the ears are going from the back. And if you have a lot of hair that you know is going to cover your ears, you don't have to make ears. But if you do not, like if you have short spiky hair, you do want to put ears in. So here are my ear shapes. I'm actually not going to glue them on. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to move this picture off to the side. The ears are going to be glued a little bit right there and placed under at the same time, and then kind of pressed like that. And then when you're ready for hair, you can also do the same thing. You can glue shapes from behind. You can glue shapes from above. You can glue huge pieces together. And since my drawing is a lot of long triangle shapes, I probably would use a lot of these kind of shapes to glue it down. So I probably am going to do a little bit ahead on top even. Adding some layers makes it look really interesting too. I need to cut out some more pieces. I will have a scrap bucket for you to pick from. So if you're like me and you're starting to run out of cardboard scraps, simply go to the bucket and grab some more scraps. And then at cleanup time, we'll scoop all the scraps back into the box so that we can use it next time. So this is as far as we're going to get on day one for building. If you get to this point, I do want you to write your name on the back. Okay? I'm going to pause here and then I'll continue on to day two. So day two on to building with our people. We should have our head done, and if we don't, we're going to continue with wherever we left off. For me, I have my face done, but I'm really not done with my hair. So I would probably continue to keep gluing pieces onto my hair to get it exactly the way that I want it to be and keep going from there. But I'm going to ask that you just pretend that I am done with my hair, because I want to show you how we're going to put our neck and shoulders on, because this is a complete picture. And the neck and the shoulders are connected, but they're connected from behind. So it's glued on the back, as you can see here. And when it dries, it becomes actually one whole shape.
Good afternoon. I have two announcements. First, teachers, please check your dismissal log. And second, for dismissal today, the buses, the children will do same as yesterday. They'll line up wherever they belong, so in the gym. And then all children will go out the E6 door, so that door by Mr. Hunter's room. So again, line up as usual for buses, but everyone will be exiting the same